Good evening, everyone. It is May 29th, 2023, second video of the day. Let's quickly recap what we had last week. Now, we came into the week on this nice ramp up, and we repeatedly salvaged that prior monthly high around 41.94.75. We salvaged it once during that Globex open on Sunday, salvaged it again on the Monday. Tuesday, we churned there for, God, like 2 or 4 hours or something, and then eventually liquidated down. This was after we tried to run at the highs, and I had said that we wanted to see a hold of 41.88 and churn above that 42.18 to give the breakout. Unfortunately, although we did get the hold there, we were not getting any sort of churn above 42.18s. It was just firm resistance over and over again. We were unable to break it, got our churn around 41.95, and then sold off, liquidated on that Tuesday session. And we liquidated to right around this back inside this balance, this kind of 41.75 to 41.15 balance that we've been trading inside for about a couple of weeks, and then had that breakout on the Thursday or Friday session, whenever it was. Wednesday we had a gap and go below where we've done all the volume at 41.38, and we got into sort of that balance low around 41.16 was the number I had that pretty much marked both that trend line low and that level low that I was looking at. And then we had a move upwards Thursday, a gap up, and we failed the balance high. So we held the balance low, held the balance high around 41.75. Friday was our end of month squeeze. Not too unusual. We opened right around the highs of Thursday's session and just squeezed right on back towards the highs of the week. So we were not able to break the prior week's highs. We did break the prior week's lows. I think it was 41.20-ish. However, nothing notable. We traded inside the second standard deviations of the week prior's VWAP all week long, so we did not have any sort of meaningful price discovery. It was just mostly an inside week statistically. The weekly low this week being inside of last week's VWAP to the downside, that second standard deviation same to the upside. Notably, the weekly VWAP close coming in at the weekly halfback, so getting a pretty neutral weekly VWAP close, pretty much right around the week prior's VWAP close as well, so no real change there. However, I think what we want to note this week was, although we broke down, we were able to hold that balance low on 41.16. We were once again unable to get into this gap that goes down to, I think, about 98 or something like that. We were once again unable to get into this gap, let alone much lower down. And what I was thinking was that if we lost this 37 where we've done all this volume, I thought we'd get a liquidation point, but once again, just holding those balance lows. Now, the close was a high close. We closed above the first standard deviation of VWAP, closed pretty much around the highs of the week. We closed around that 42.18 number, right around the 95% weekly value area high from the week prior. We closed above the weekly point of control at 42.06. And as of now, during the Sunday, Monday weird holiday sessions, we're holding those highs of the week, and it looks like we want to go higher. So here's how I'm looking at it coming into this week. News-wise, I already discussed this. We got a bunch of news. That's all you need to know. Upside target is 42.74. There's an old weekly point of control there and some other stuff. Above there, 43.03. We're looking at the swing highs from August, where we're trading way above on the NASDAQ. We'll get to that in another video. But I've got this 41.94-ish area as the pivot. Now, I hate how fat this zone is. It's about 30 points wide, I think. 41.85, yeah, about 23 points wide. Not in love with it, but what I want to note is 42.08. That is our Q1 high. 41.85, that just seems to be the area where we're getting some sort of bids. Maybe I'll slide it up towards, I don't know, something more like 88-ish. I don't love even that it's 20 points wide. I wish it was narrower. So we have our Q1 high at 08s. We have sort of the 95% monthly value area high from April at 88s, and then we have the prior month's high at 94. So a lot of these swing highs in here. So I'm fine with us losing the bid around 20. That's okay. That's fine for us to lose this hyper bid, if you want to call it that. But what I really want to see us doing is I want to see us holding this 41.94 area and then coming back. I want to see us hold here and then break these highs and get a move upwards. If we start to break this 41.94 again, we're back in this slosh. We're back in this ugly, disgusting balance that no one likes. I doubt that 63s would hold. I think would come once again towards either 38 or down into 16ish again, and we'd be playing the same old game. I want to actually slide up this number from 41 to 16. I want to slide that up towards 41.21. I like that level better. But in general, I think we're back to this sort of slosh in here that I do not really love. I want to put one more level here at 41.38, just sort of a minor level. Maybe I'll make it really small. There we go, something like that. So in general, what I want to see is holding those multiple swing highs I detailed, getting above to 42.74. Otherwise, I see us getting back into this disgusting slop, and I don't. One, two, three, four, five, six. We're gonna hold it for the seventh time. I don't really know. I think we'd come down into yearly VWAP. So that's how I'm looking at the ES. Of course, the Nasdaq is extremely bid, getting up into something like equivalent to 4,400 on the ES. That'd be the rough equivalent for that Nasdaq number. We have broken this downward trend line, and we've been maintaining for the most part. We broke below, maintaining that upward trend line as well off of those March lows. So in general, what I'd like to see is us getting up to this 4,300-ish number, and maintaining this 41.88 sort of level that's been critical since June. That's all I have for the ES. Not looking for any sort of monster moves. I would just like for us to test that August swing high. I don't really want to see us break break that 88-ish low. I think you just get back in this ugly balance, and it's no fun. Hope that makes sense. Hope it helps. Nasdaq video up next. Have a great